This is ioEther, and we're back with some more World Tanks. So this is 9.5, my very first game back from holidays, and so things may be a little bit wonky until I get going. So of course, before we start, if you want to talk to me, Facebook, Twitter, and Duckster links are all in the description below. The best way to support the channel is still by liking videos. We pause? Nope. Okay. And of course, if you want to donate directly to me, that would be very, very helpful. And my Patreon account is in the description below. Something small as like $1 a month is absolutely a great help to me. Fix camera. There we go. And let's get into it. Now you will notice I have mods installed. Yay! I literally just played a game to figure out what mods I want to install, because I'd forgotten what it's like to play vanilla, of course. And so I went ahead, installed, played a game, played a brilliant game. Apparently being away from World Tanks for 2 weeks is the best way to have the best game of your life in a scout tank while being called a bot the entire time, because my team apparently hated the fact that I wasn't in there brawling in a T-71. Okay, whatever. But we're into action now that Bartek has got himself into the actual action of the game. And he's pecking away at this Chinu. And it suddenly occurs to me I may not have introduced Bartek. So, this is Bartek 72. He's in his E2 Jumbo, which is kind of like the EZ8, except it's a much more heavily armored tank in the front. It's got a similar gun though. It's not nearly as fast as the E8, and I much prefer the E8 to the E2, but you can obviously do some tremendous damage in the E2 if you know how to use it. That poor Panzer IV does not realize what's about to happen to him, as he's still sitting out there trying to duel with him. Now the T-71 is again pushing out, trying to duel, and none of these guys seem to understand what's going to happen to them, because there is no way they penetrate Bartek from this range. Well, that guy will. But the front of the E2 is so well armored that most of these shots are just going to bounce off without doing any damage. However, Bartek is by far getting sustained good damage in. I wonder if that's my camera or Bartek that's lagging a little bit. We seem to be experiencing small jumps. I'm going to go ahead and blame this on Bartek, but it's quite possibly my ping that's doing this. Anyways, all that to say, I mean, we're like 3 minutes into this game, and Bartek's already done 2,000 damage. And tanks keep pushing into him without understanding what he's going to do to him. Now that T1 Heavy can definitely penetrate him, but he's gonna die for it. And he gets what, 2 shots? Yay, he did 200 damage to Bartek, and now he's dead. That was totally worth it. And now he just backs up and he takes out this Panzer IV. Our team isn't exactly winning, but we're not really badly struggling. Whereas Bartek is just swimming along, and every chance you get, he's picking off another tank. I'm not certain I would try and duel with a Tog. The Tog has a lot more health than Bartek does, and his gun fires about the same speed with decent penetration. So doing a Tog was probably a mistake, but it did allow him to get a lot of damage off, and it allowed his friendly Tog to get the kill. So now, this side of the map is completely taken care of, and this was by far the bulk of the enemy team. So now we're just going to push up into the enemy base. Now Bartek, of course, has 86 health left. So he's got to be really careful that he doesn't get himself killed here. Because it would really suck to get this far into an amazing game and like get artillery didn't. Oh, well there goes that, right? Because, you know, who's all done that? So Bartek has apparently adopted a skill that I've never been able to do, which is doing amazingly well without being a one-shot. I seem to play most of my games, my amazingly blaster games, or when I'm a one-shot early on and then I go on to dominate. Whereas Bartek seems to have realized that spacing your health loss out throughout the entire battle is probably preferred. I don't know if Bartek's going to get into too much more fighting. There is a VK 3001H over there, along with a Sua 40, but both of them are pretty far away. And as much as it is wow, what am I trying to say? As good as this tank is, it's not very fast. It means he's probably not going to get to this fighting before the VK is dead. However, the other side of this is that there's only really a T28 left over there, so the likelihood of the T28 killing the VK is kind of small. So, I don't know, we'll see. It depends if the KV1S sniping from the hill gets a decent shot in, and our Sawa 40, or how SAU 40, however you pronounce that thing, it's a bathtub. I'm just gonna call it a bathtub. Totally. Ooh, look! Artillery! Shiny! And missed. How do you miss? And then he kills the T28! Oh, that's brilliant! You can't script that. Because Bartek missed his first shot, it allowed the AMX to kill our friendly T28 and leave with 3 kills to his record. So the enemy artillery did fairly well. And now Bartek is trying to find his way into this particular area without getting shot. Because of course, one shot and he's dead. But back end of... well, that'll work too. So I was really hoping that Bartek could claim oops. I was really hoping that Bartek could claim the last kill and get his top gun, but unfortunately the KV1S decided to fire second instead of first, and that's probably just because he was trying to get shot in. But seriously, wait, there's a tier 5 that does 400 damage. Tell me that's the top end of his gun. Okay, you're right. It's a horrible gun that may have happened to hit, or he was aiming for the last 20 seconds. I don't know which, but either way, sure, fine, we'll give it to him. Grumble, 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 right? Anyways, 4,500 experience with premium, with a daily double. That was pretty awesome. Earning him the Ace Tanker Fighter, because he couldn't quite earn the Top Gun. Got Fire for Effect and Bruiser, and of course the High Caliber Award. Not really surprising considering how much damage he did. The fact that really for most of that game, he more or less could have just held down the fire button. Seriously. Could have more or less just held down the fire button in order to continue and just like continuously pour out damage into the enemy team, because they were just lining up to get shot. 3,500 damage over 5 kills. That's pretty awesome. And no one else on his team even comes close. I mean, you can add up the next 3 guys on his team all combined, and they still don't come close. You get close to adding up the next 5 guys on his team before they start approaching his number. That's pretty amazing, and that's just insane. Enemy Tog deserves some. Was it no? Who do I want to give props to? Oh, right. Never mind. I was gonna say he must have done some work to get 3 kills, but apparently he stole all 3 of them. So he does not deserve props. He does, however, get the medal for the luckiest kill, snatching a kill just before he gets himself killed. That's always fun to do and completely worth it. Damage blocked by armor. So this is the benefit of an E2. It has 630 damage blocked by armor. that means he should have been dead a long time before the end of the game. But of course, because they were shooting into the front of an angled E2, just bounce after bounce after bounce. And if Bartek wasn't cackling that entire time, I'll be very surprised. That was a great game. Thank you so much, Bartek, for sending that in. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And if you hit the like button, I will really be happy. If you dislike it, of course, hit the dislike button. It's up to you. Thank you all. Have a great night. ioEther out. Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more World Tanks. Side scraping. How to counter a player who's side scraping. So the E100 is trying to side scrape. And you can see, let's see where. Ronick is actually firing at the engine deck of the enemy tank. And, well, that makes sense, because Ronick's gun is actually higher up than the enemy tank's engine deck, so he can aim down. And if he concentrates right, and if he, T-57, really? How did you miss that shot on the T-57? Really? That was like a free shot. So the enemy E100 is getting really pissed that Ronick can somehow penetrate him without being, without exposing enough of his tank so that this guy can kill Ronick. So Ronick's, again, gonna shoot for the engine deck.